folks, here we are at the Galleria, Johnstown. And today, in our next episode of Meet Ya at the Mall. Hi, Sean.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Not bad. How are you?
Oh, I'm so good. So happy to finally meet you.
Good to meet you too. Pretty much what I brought in was, when you come into the store, you see everything that I've designed on my own, and many of it is my own design, and everything's done by hand, but also by the store is custom-made projects as well, custom-made gifts. I originally got started with wood in the late 90s when I went to Admiral Perry Votech. That's where I kind of got started with woodworking. Then I kind of left and went off to the military and kind of went on with life as a mechanic. And then one day, me and my wife were sitting there watching NCIS, and you always see Gibbs building a boat.
Yes.
And I just looked at her and said, "I've always wanted a wood shop." And she asked me, "Why don't you have a wood shop?" I, of course, like anybody looking at him, wait, why don't I have a wood shop? So we actually started I took everything out of a 10 by 10 foot shed that we had, and I started to build the wood shop. We had no money, we were poor, we had nothing, and I had no idea what I was doing, but it started there about 9 years ago.
It was a dream. You were following your dream, and it started when you were just a kid.
When I was in high school.
You were in high school.
When I was in high school.
Isn't that something?
As a matter of fact, what I'm working on right now is actually the very first light box I ever made.
I'll be
This
darned.
thing is almost 30 years old.
Oh, folks, let's take a look at this.
And I kept it the entire time, and I never got
Oh my goodness, that's a howling wolf, isn't it? I think that's just utterly charming. For 30 years. Well, folks, that's passion, right? True passion
rid of it.
for you.
That truly is.
So, as you know, I interview a lot of artists, and it's a typical story that I hear from each individual that for a period of time they had to shelve their passion, their art, and actually get along with life. And that at some point it comes back, and you have no choice. You can't ignore it. And it sounds like this is a very similar story for you.
It's a very similar story, exactly.
Tell me, what gave you the idea to go with these pens?
It was actually, I bought a wood lathe because I had to repair a chair and just a couple rungs. And I was talking to an older gentleman who was also a woodworker, and he asked me if I made pens. I told him no. I said 7th graders make pens. And I was actually surprised when he told me make pens. And I'm sitting there, make pens. He goes, trust me, make pens and sell them at your craft shows. I was amazed at the result when I started making the pens and people started buying them. I started designing them a little bit more, and they're actually a lot of fun.
Oh, I guess so. I just love them. They are fantastic. I'm thinking that, as soon as somebody gets a promotion, right?
That'd be the best one.
My gosh, for the businessman or woman who has everything. Oh, these are wonderful, folks. These are just really, truly stunning. I just love these, and these are light boxes.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about these.
Well, these are actually my signature. I've been making them for years, as we can plainly see, with the one that was back there, the very first one. That's where it started, and the design has been redone probably about 5 or 6 times until I finally found the design that works for the customers, works for me, works for everybody. And the part I like is they're kind of mantelpieces. Their length, but also what they're equipped with is an LED light that goes right in up from the bottom. And the whole idea is it can be used as a night light.
Oh, it's just wonderful. I just love, love, love them. Oh, and wouldn't that be perfect for Christmas? Oh my goodness. Look at this, folks.
And one of the greatest features about these ones with these clock insert pieces is that they're transparent. So what happens is that unlike the standard one where you just can only see it and at night you would only see the light in the box, you wouldn't be able to see the clock. The idea of buying these is that this piece inside actually glows with the light in there as
I
well.
see, so you can see what time it is at night. So, Sean, this wall is fantastic. Folks, you have to come in just to read some of these messages. They're just really, some of them are really pretty funny. So I'm assuming that you make these and you make them so that they're custom.
Yes, yes I do. And actually, as I tell anybody, of all the signs on here, everything is based on actual events of my life.
Oh.
That's just so to speak. Such as, this is one of the personal favorites of everybody. My wife says I'm guilty of two things. I don't listen to her and something else. Definitely, that one there's a true winner. I've had a few guys that own garages and shops who would like this sign. This one here is actually, I can say, I'm proud to say, that is one of my own personal ones I came up with because I remember saying it to myself the one day when I was at one of my old jobs, and it just stuck true, so I made that sign.
Okay, folks, you got to get in here and see Sean. I'm so glad that I did. Sean, thank you so much for allowing us to come in and visit you today and introduce you to Johnstown kind of proper like, you know?
No problem. Believe me, happy to be here.
Oh, boy. Well, folks, get yourself down to the mall. Come down and see Sean. And until I see you next time, stay friendly. Glad you stuck around to the end of the video, aren't you? Check this out. Where are we right now?
Right now, Gotham City Bakery. And of course, many know that Gotham City Bakery just opened. They do cakes, they do cookies, they do all sorts of stuff. But whenever they came in here, they wanted me to raise the front counter. I had a bit of a vision, and this here is my vision and what I created. The corbels are completely done by hand, and we actually repurposed the old counter that was here. I repurposed the entire thing, cut out each one of these pieces individually, routed them off, and then we had to paint the inside and make an outside piece to bring it in to make all of the corbels.
Folks, look at this. So
It's
now,
also my vision to also put in the lights behind the diamonds. The idea was to make it look like a building itself. And to
Truly.
make it look like a building you would see in Gotham City.
yes! Bravo, bravo.